Did you know that your leg muscles might lose up to 10% of their strength in just 2 weeks if you don't take the proper vitamins? They might not always fully recover. My name is Robert Peterson, MD. I'm 92 years old. One thing has come to light in my more than 60 years of caring for thousands of elderly patients. Growing older isn't the only factor contributing to weak legs. They are an indication that your body needs assistance. I'll discuss 3 different kinds of vitamins today. They have helped hundreds of my patients regain leg strength in a matter of days when properly combined, even those who believed that all hope was lost. You will learn which vitamins support healthy nerve and muscle function, an easy way to take them daily without breaking the bank. Typical errors that frequently cause elderly people to weaken their legs without understanding it. Click subscribe and write, "I'm ready to change," if you think that maintaining excellent health shouldn't be left up to chance. I'll know you're with me on this journey that way. It is time to start with Evelyn's narrative. Before she discovered how to feed her legs once more, the 78-year-old woman was too scared to go downstairs. Allow me to introduce you to Evelyn. She is 78. I've always thought highly of her. She had to cling on to her son's arm in order to walk a few paces when she initially came to visit me. Her legs trembled, like they could collapse at any second. I can still picture her expression. She appeared so worn out and embarrassed. Because she was no longer able to stand alone, it seemed as though she had done something wrong. Evelyn, physician. I don't get it. I said, she said. Her voice wavered. I continue to eat as usual. Every day I make an effort to walk a little. However, I continue to deteriorate. Her son raised his voice. His eyes were filled with concern. My mom was really strong once. Ever since the death of my father, she has consistently remained inside the house. Gradually, she began to have mobility issues. She merely ponders. Perhaps this is what aging is all about. I can't remember how many times I've heard that line. We must come to terms with it. However, I disagree. I explained to Evelyn that aging is not the only reason why legs become weak. There's a more straightforward yet important explanation. It is a deficiency of vital vitamins. And when we don't know or don't pay enough attention, this gets worse. What had she been eating, I asked? She informed me she ate white bread most of the time. Moreover, some cheese. She seldom ever ate any green veggies. She seldom ever drank any milk. Since she didn't feel hungry, she had even been skipping breakfast for several months. Evelyn. I said, there are others like you. At least one of the 3 most crucial vitamins for muscles and nerves is absent in nearly half of older persons. And the more it continues, the more difficult it is for the body to recover. In a small voice, she bowed her head and whispered, "Thus, now, what can I do?" I grinned as I glanced at her. "We'll get started gradually. You don't have to hurry. A tiny bit of change every day." A couple of weeks later, Evelyn returned for a medical examination. This time, no one was holding her when she entered the room. I can still picture her gaze on me. She had joy and astonishment in her eyes. I never imagined that making a few little adjustments would be enough, may restore my sense of self. You see, the tale of Evelyn is not unique. Perhaps you or a loved one is experiencing the same leg weakness and believing there is nothing you can do. However, the reality is, you can still do it. In the following section, I'll show you the 3 most vital vitamins that practically all elderly people are deficient in. And you'll discover why these vitamins are essential for restoring your leg's strength. Have you awoken in the morning before? Your feet should be on the ground, and came to the realization that you no longer have the confidence to take the initial move. You're not by yourself. According to medical research, around 60% of adults over 65 are deficient in at least one of the 3 vital vitamins I'm going to discuss with you. When there is a prolonged shortage, in addition to weakening your muscles, it causes other issues that many individuals are unaware of. Think about these questions for a moment. If more than one of these indicators apply to you, your body is probably silently requesting assistance. 1. Sign number 1, feeling wobbly and having weak muscles. When you get out of a chair, do you feel as though your legs become weaker? When you stroll sometimes, do your calves tremble uncontrollably? Have you ever had to steady yourself by holding onto a chair or the wall? A few of my patients have admitted it to me. Physician, all I want to do is get a glass of water and get up. However, I feel as though my legs are not mine. It's not simply old age. When your muscles are chronically deficient in vitamin D and B12, your nerves that enable you to move get weaker, even if you consume complete meals each day. Your legs continue to deteriorate. Sign number 2. Your legs may feel tingly or numb. Do you occasionally have the impression that ants are crawling on the soles of your feet? Do you experience numbness that extends from your calf to your toes, particularly if you spend a lot of time sitting down? Have you ever had a scorching, heated feeling in your lower legs, but after you've touched them, they're not attractive? This is a classic indicator of B vitamin deficiency. In particular, vitamin B12. When there is insufficient B12 in your body, your nerve's myelin sheath, which protects them, becomes thinner. Your muscles' control messages become jumbled as a result. Well, sign number 3, cramping in the muscles at night. Have you ever been asleep when a cramp hit so hard you had to get out of bed? Do your legs feel sore and bruised the following morning after the brief cramp? If this occurs frequently, you should pay attention. One typical cause is a deficiency in vitamin D and magnesium. Magnesium facilitates the smooth contraction and relaxation of your muscles. Vitamin D facilitates the body's absorption of calcium. Together, they maintain the appropriate function of your muscles. Please let me know where you're coming from today before we begin. Please feel free to ask any questions you may have and leave a comment below. Additionally, remember to click the subscribe button and enable notifications so you don't miss any of Senior Health Tips' top health advice. Of the 4th sign, persistent fatigue and a diminished desire to move. Do a few steps leave you feeling worn out? Did you enjoy going to the market or caring for your garden in the past? Now, however, you only want to remain still when your muscles are undernourished. Activities of any size seem burdensome. Simply not getting enough vitamin D can make you feel less energetic overall. It also affects your endurance and joints. Please consider this carefully. How many of these symptoms do you currently have? If you or a loved one have more than one symptom, consider it your body's subtle reminder. You don't have to be too anxious or humiliated. The most crucial thing is to begin changing things right now. I'll go over why these 3 vitamins are so crucial and how they can help reverse muscle weakness in a few weeks in the next section. And why, despite believing they are eating healthily, so many older folks are missing them. I want you to really understand something. Age alone does not cause the human body to deteriorate. Many symptoms that we may consider to be typical, such as shaky legs, tingling, or cramping at night, are actually your cells' pleas for assistance when they are starved for nutrition. Think of your legs as an army engaged in daily combat. They aid in maintaining your equilibrium. Do the tiniest tasks and take it one step at a time. There are 3 key leaders in that army. I refer to them as the 3 essential vitamins. Vitamin B12 is the first. I frequently explain to my patients that B12 is comparable to the plastic wrap that surrounds an electrical wire. This layer is robust and thick when we are young. Lightning-fast signals are sent from your brain to your muscles. That protective layer, however, thins with aging. Your nerves grow tattered and worn out if you don't receive enough B12. The indications become less frequent. For this reason, when you get up, you begin to lose confidence. I've heard from a lot of people. Physician, all I want to do is bring a drink of water. However, my legs tremble as if they are not mine. At that point, you may tell that your body has been deficient in B12 for a while. Vitamin D comes next. This is the key that maintains your muscles and bones strong, as I usually refer to it. Just being in the sun as children helped our skin produce adequate vitamin D. However, our skin loses that capability as we age. We also spend less time outside. In addition to weakening bones and making them more brittle, low vitamin D also weakens muscles. Many of my patients believed that their deterioration was simply due to aging. However, they began to walk more steadily and stand up more easily after getting enough vitamin D back. And lastly, magnesium. This material is silent. However, it is crucial. Similar to a coordinator, magnesium facilitates the rhythmic contraction and relaxation of your muscles. Muscle cramps can occur unexpectedly when your body is deficient in magnesium. You may experience such intense pain that you are unable to go back to sleep after waking up in the middle of the night. Avandverse. Chronic magnesium deficiency can result in erratic heartbeats and fatigue for no apparent reason. When I eat normally, I get asked a lot, "Doctor, why am I still lacking these vitamins?" And here is the response. Your stomach produces less acid after the age of 60. Nutrient absorption in your intestines has decreased. Additionally, a lot of common medications, such as water pills, diabetes medications, or stomach pills, stealthily deplete your vitamin and mineral stocks every day. Being deficient in all three vitamins, B12, D, and magnesium, is the most deadly condition. Your nerves start to weaken at that point. Your muscles become weaker, and your bones become brittle. The less you move, the more you are caught in a cycle. Your muscles will contract more quickly. Additionally, you run a higher chance of falling and fracturing bones. Here's the good news though. Your body's capacity for self-healing is still remarkable. If you begin to provide it with enough of this essential trio, your nerve impulses will become more powerful. You'll have the energy to restore your muscles, and you'll find that you still have a lot more potential than you realize. In the following section, I will demonstrate the most straightforward method for obtaining all three of essential nutrients in your kitchen without the need for pricey pill bottles, allowing you to begin changing your lifestyle right away. Now, you may be wondering, this sounds too difficult. I'm not even sure where to begin. I'll make it easy for you. The fact is, all you have to do are 3 easy actions that everyone can follow. It doesn't even cost a lot of money, initially. Getting adequate vitamin B12 is the most crucial factor. This nutrient functions similarly to the sheath that surrounds your nerves. It facilitates the seamless transmission of movement signals. For senior citizens, in order to absorb B12, the stomach no longer produces enough acid. Okay, that's why, even if you consume typical meals, you may still not have it every day. Try including a tiny portion of foods high in vitamin B12, for instance, a boiled chicken chunk, maybe some green veggies and 1 boiled egg, if meat doesn't appeal to you. Another excellent source of B12 is plain yogurt. Simply maintain stability. A few weeks from now, you'll notice a change in your body's strength. Then comes vitamin D is essential for strong bones and muscles. When vitamin D levels are low, your muscles deteriorate rapidly. Your bones start to deteriorate. Additionally, falling is simpler. Vitamin D storage is nearly non-existent in many elderly people, either because they don't eat enough fatty fish or because they rarely spend time in the sun. Each morning, try to do it. Sit outside for 15 minutes or so, letting the gentle sunlight caress your face and arms. You don't have to stand in the sun. It's sufficient to have a little light every day, as well as in your food. Make an effort to eat sardines or salmon at least twice a week. If you avoid eating seafood, vitamin D-enriched plant-based or fresh milk is a good choice. At last, magnesium, a silent but very significant mineral. Magnesium functions as a kind of coordinator to facilitate the smooth contraction and relaxation of your muscles without experiencing nighttime cramps. Magnesium deficiency is the cause of harsh mornings for many people, cramps that hurt. Supplements are not required. Consider consuming a tiny handful of almonds or pumpkin seeds each day. Include at least 1 dish that includes leafy greens, such as Swiss chard or spinach. If you frequently experience cramps at night, it's also quite beneficial to eat half a banana before bed. The time of your meals is a crucial factor that many people overlook. Try to do it. For breakfast or lunch, eat animal protein, such as chicken or eggs. The optimum times to eat leafy greens and seeds high in magnesium are in the afternoon or evening. And keep in mind, eggs should not be fried on high heat. Many vitamins are destroyed and digestion is hampered by high temperatures. I have seen a lot of patients, just by implementing these few adjustments, regain their leg strength more quickly than they had anticipated. They didn't require costly medications. All they required was a little patience and well-balanced meals. If your legs feel weaker now than they did yesterday, do not give up, please. Your body is still capable of healing itself, as long as you begin providing it with the proper assistance. In the following section, I'd like to share some motivational tales from people who took these easy actions. Not only do they walk with greater assurance, but also regain faith in their own physical selves. Right now, you may be wondering, does the doctor's advice actually work? Are they merely theories, though? I can appreciate that skepticism. In almost 60 years of medical practice, I've encountered thousands of senior citizens. Everyone has a unique story to tell. and a silent terror. However, I have also seen numerous minor miracles occur. Just a few small adjustments. Allow me to introduce you to Michael. His age is 82. He worked as a mechanic all of his life. When he initially visited me, he was limited to 5 minutes of walking, each and every evening. He was obliged to sit on the side of his bed due to cramps. His face was dripping with sweat. He informed me, "I believed I would always be in a wheelchair. I didn't want to cause my kids any trouble." I can still see the expression on his face when I told him that there was yet hope for his body. That's all it was. After going so long without vitamins and minerals, his muscles were worn out. However, we eventually provided them with the appropriate assistance. A little sunshine, sardines for a serving, almonds in a handful. A fantastic thing started to happen. Initially, Michael was not entirely convinced. However, he consented to try, as he believed that he had nothing else to lose. Together, we came up with a basic plan. Each morning, he sat outside for 10 minutes, taking a deep breath, letting his arms get warmed by the gentle sun. During lunch, he added a boiled egg or a piece of salmon. At night, he went to bed after eating half a banana. Within the first week, nothing appeared to be changed. However, after the third week, he informed me, "I no longer experience nighttime cramps," and, gradually, he started to go alone to his garden. After 2 months, he entered my office, dragged a chair out, and took a seat by himself. Nobody came to his aid, no cane. He grinned. His eyes have deep wrinkles surrounding them, but pride filled his eyes. It wasn't magic. It was just that his body got what it needed at last. You are not unique, regardless of your age, 80 or 90 years old. Despite everything, your legs are still strong. They're only waiting for you to give them a signal. I'm still determined to keep going. Trust me, when you begin to transform, one tiny step even, your body will react. You will then understand that independence is not something that you no longer possess. Long years of inadequacy were the only thing that kept it secret for a while. If Evelyn, Michael, and my other patients, hundreds of them, could pull it off, then you can too. In the following section, to maintain your legs strong, I'll walk you through the 5 golden principles. And now, I'll demonstrate how to get started, without holding off till tomorrow. Before we wrap up today's discussion, I want you to pause for a moment and think. I can still make a difference. I'm not powerless. And to help you remember it more easily, the 5 golden principles will be summarized by me. Many of my patients have recovered because to the simple yet effective actions. Steady legs. First principle, never eat in a hurry or miss breakfast. A high-protein breakfast, such as a single boiled egg or a basic yogurt cup, is the most effective technique to provide your body with energy for the entire day and vitamin B12. When you don't eat breakfast, fuel runs out in your muscles and gradually become weaker. The second principle, every day, spend at least 10 minutes in the early sun. You should not assume that simply because you are older. Sunlight is no longer important. Just 10 minutes of soft sunlight before 9 in the morning aids in the body's production of vitamin D. It's the secret to strong bones and muscles. Third principle, consume at least 1 portion of eggs or fish each day. Salmon, sardines. Vitamin D is abundant in boiled eggs and mackerel, B12 as well. You don't require a significant quantity. You only need to eat 1 tiny serving to maintain your vitamin stores. Fourth principle, leafy greens and seeds are good sources of magnesium, and midday snack of almonds or pumpkin seeds, or including spinach into your meal, is an easy method to avoid cramping and facilitate the smooth operation of your muscles. Correct. The fifth principle, don't put off starting until you're absolutely exhausted. Similar to Evelyn and Michael, you don't have to wait to act until you lose your footing. If you begin providing your body with assistance now, it will heal more quickly. You may be wondering, I'm old already. Are these minor details truly important? It's the little things, I promise. Day after day, it is repeated. That brings about the most significant alterations. Expensive medications and rigid diets are not necessary. The tiniest step is all you need to start with. If you think you have too much to recall, just retain these 2 short sentences, please. I'm not powerless. Each day, I'll take one tiny action to benefit my physique. When you wake up each morning, tell yourself this. And before you go to sleep every night, a serene strength will be within you, and gradually, your legs will start reacting. My lovely companion. Through our chat today, you and I have traveled a considerable distance. Perhaps now, you're seated in your well-known kitchen, or relaxing in your preferred chair. Perhaps you still have some reservations, and that is quite typical. However, I hope that you have listened to this final moment. You have a tiny glimmer of hope in your heart, a tiny seed that speaks. My body is still going strong. I can still. Recall, your spirit and the strength of your legs does not depend on your age. Your determination determines it, as well as the tiny actions you're prepared to perform every day. Today. Tomorrow morning, I'd want to ask you to attempt something easy. When you awaken, eat a hearty breakfast. Go outside and let your arms to be touched by the dawn sun. And tell yourself, I'm taking this action because I deserve to live a self-sufficient and healthy life. If you think this discussion has been beneficial, please select subscribe. Thus, each week, I can continue to give you simple-to-follow guidance and motivational tales. Tell me which symptoms you have experienced by leaving a comment, and the first thing you wish to alter. I'll try my best to read each message and respond, since I think that no one should have to face this health journey alone. Moreover, if you have a companion, a brother, for example, a parent who is having trouble staying upright, please show them this video. Occasionally, a single piece of information has the power to transform a whole chapter of life. I appreciate you listening to me. I'm Robert Peterson, MD, and I think that regardless of your age, you may always take action to improve your health at any time. I hope you had a restful day, and each morning, more steady steps.